School girls basketball tournament on UPN 9. It's game time.
It is Friday night. Do you know where the best high school girls basketball players are in the state right now? Why, of course, they're right here at Williams Arena. Welcome to the barn, everybody. I'm Andy Skugman. This is game time on UPN 9. We have 2 semifinals to go before we count 4 champions tomorrow on Championship Saturday. Tonight, the small schools take center stage, and we're going to get right to our first game, a preview of that one. Let's go to our game announcers, Jeff Grayson and Janet Collins.
Thank you, Andy. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the barn. We have a doubleheader, and tonight, the smallest schools in prime time on Friday night with a doubleheader, Janet.
We're glad they could all make it down here with the weather that we've been having. We've had a lot of activity buses and people that have been trying to get to the game that haven't always been able to get here, so we're glad everybody made it.
We have a doubleheader, and let's take a look at what we have for you tonight. Chatfield and Hancock in our first game, and Janet, our second game, Christ Household of Faith against Red Lake Falls.
Red Lake Falls back from last year. It kind of became a sweetheart team, a very small team, but a real aggressive, hustling team along with Christ Household of Faith. But we'll see some outstanding matchups in this first game as well.
And we'll be seeing for Chatfield and Hancock 2 great players. We'll take a look at them in just a moment. We'll see Sarah Nelson and Gwen Greiner when we come back after the starting lineups. We'll take a look at them. But Gwen Greiner owns the state record for 3-pointers. So we should see a lot of offense, and there's a lot of experience on the floor. Both these teams returned their starters from last year. We'll talk more about that. We'll have the starting lineups when we come back. Chatfield against Hancock. You're watching the Class A semifinals on UPN 9. Announcer David Giles.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Williams Arena and to the 22nd annual Minnesota State High School Girls Basketball Tournament. This Class 1A semifinal features the Section 1 champion, the Gophers from Chatfield High School, and the Section 5 champion, the Owls from Hancock High School. We will begin the introductions with the cheerleading squad from Chatfield. Teresa Swanson, Roxy Raby, and Carrie Tree. Now we'll introduce the reserve players from each team. First, the reserve players from Chatfield. 5'4" sophomore guard, number 11, Melissa Nelson. 5'6" sophomore guard, number 13, Sarah Greenlee. 5'6" senior guard, number 21, Rachel Duffy. 5'9" sophomore forward, number 25, Rachel Tiki. 5'8" junior forward, number 41, Megan Tiki. 5'11" senior forward, number 43, Becky Hilland. 5'8" sophomore guard, number 45, Jody Geetrock. 5'10" freshman forward and center, number 51, Julie Halverson. And 5'11" freshman forward and center, number 55, Tristan Greenslade. Now let's meet the reserve players from Hancock. 5'6" freshman guard, number 12, Corrine Hoffman. 5'8" sophomore center, number 24, Leah Christie. 5'7" sophomore forward, number 32, Jenny Wertner. 5'6" sophomore forward, number 34, Tara Stettner. 5'7" sophomore forward, number 40, Lindsey Graham. 5'7" junior forward, number 42, Leah Messner. 5'4" junior guard, number 44, Emily Kale. And 5'8" freshman forward, number 50, Christy Brewer. And now let's meet the starting lineups. They will be introduced alternately, starting with Chatfield. At forward, a 5'9" senior, number 23, Sarah Nelson. At forward for Hancock, a 5'7" junior, number 14, Tracy Tilkey. At forward for the Gophers, a 5'8" junior, number 35, Liz Schroeder. At forward for the Owls, a 5'7" senior, number 20, Tanya Knoll. At center for Chatfield, a 5'11" senior, number 31, Courtney Lovejoy. At center for Hancock, a 5'10" senior, number 30, Tammy Larson. At guard for the Gophers, a 5'7" senior, number 15, April Kopman. At guard for the Owls, a 5'6" junior, number 10, Terry Knoll. At guard for Chatfield, a 5'5" senior, number 33, Katie Kivamagi. And at guard for Hancock, a 5'7" senior, number 22, Gwen Greiner. The head coach of the Chatfield Gophers is Brian Baum. The head coach of the Hancock Owls is Dennis Cornier. The officials for this Class 1A semifinal game are Paul Ray and John Bauk. And now for the presentation of the sportsmanship message, please welcome from Chatfield, Becky Hilland, and from Hancock, Corinne Hoffman.
Good evening. Welcome to the Minnesota State High School Girls Basketball Tournament. We appreciate your attendance at this tournament and hope you enjoy it.
The State Girls Basketball Tournament is being played under the rules of the Minnesota State High School League. The rules expect fair play and good sportsmanship among players and coaches. As athletes, we ask that spectators promote the ideals of good sportsmanship, fair play, and respect for our opponents and the cause of the officials.
Thank you, Becky and Corinne. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise? The national anthem will be sung by 6 students from Martin County West High School, Sherburne. They are Mandy Honette, Holly Dow, January Peterson, Anne Marie Peterson, Amanda Ritter, and Cassie Bernhardt. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
What a nice rendition of the national anthem. We've had some great pep bands playing. That was well done by the choir there, singing together. We're set for Class A basketball. Janet, a couple of players, we mentioned them in the open. Here they are.
Gwen Griner, known for her three-point shot. All-around athlete at Hancock, and of course Sarah Nelson for Chatfield. She averages about 13 points a game. Those are our starting lineups for tonight.
Yes, there are two Knowles for Hancock. The Tilke, Larson, and Griner, and then Kiva, Maggie, Copeland, Lovejoy, Schroeder, and Nelson for Chatfield. The Owls will be in the dark jerseys on a maroon and gold. I guess it makes sense that we're at Williams Arena, and they're playing the Chatfield Gophers. This is the girls. We've seen the football team before, but this is the first time the girls basketball team has been in the state tournament. The football team's been in the prep bowl. Opening tap to Chatfield. That is Kiva Maggie. Katie Kiva Maggie controlling. Nice pass inside. Courtney Lovejoy makes it 2-0 right off the bat. Gophers with a steal. Kiva Maggie up to Schroeder. Here's Lovejoy. Going through the zone, and it's traveling on Kiva Maggie. We mentioned the experience. Brian Baum's Chatfield team with 6 seniors. They all played last year. 4 seniors and a junior start. I'm not sure what the question was. We have a sub in there for...
I'm sorry, I missed that one too.
Yeah, it was no, they called a foul. It was one referee called a travel. Foul's on Terry Knoll, her first. I didn't see the foul, folks. Travel was called, but one ref overruled the other. Outside shot, that's a 2 for Gwen Griner. We're tied at 2. Now we have a travel. There's a travel, not a foul. On Kiva Maggie. Tied at 2, just over a minute into the game here. Gwen Griner, she has the ball. State record holder for 3-pointers.
You want to see someone with a beautiful shot. Watch number 22 with the basketball right there.
Terry Knoll wears number 10. Tanya, number 20. She has the ball. This is Tanya. Over to Terry. Driving. Gets the roll. 4-2, Hancock. April Coleman. Pass a little too high there for Liz Schroeder. And Chatfield turns it over.
There is Terry Knoll. She's a junior. Getting the roll and a nice drive into the paint.
Hancock with the ball, trying to add to their early lead. Tammy Larson. One Knoll to another right there. Off the steal. Gophers on the break. Schroeder gets it up to Kiva Maggie. Misses the layup. Gets her own rebound, and possession arrow will go to Hancock. So the Owls escape a bullet there. Owls against the pressure, break it pretty easily. Tough pass to handle there for Tammy Larson. Tilke. With Terry Knoll. Back to Tanya Knoll. A lot of sister combinations at this tournament, don't we have? Outside for 3. Gwen Griner bring it 5-point lead for the Owls. Shot was blocked right there by Tilke. Griner with 5 of Hancock's first 7 points. Maggie shoots, rimming off, no. Offensive rebound, shot was blocked there. Blocked by Larson. It'll go to the Owls. Well, we played about 3 minutes. Hancock with a 5-point lead on the Clarity scoreboard. There's Brian Baum, coach of the Chatfield Gophers. His team is 13-3 in the last 16. First trip to state for the girls basketball program, Chatfield. And there is Dennis Cornier. He coaches the Hancock Owls.
And they have been here a few times.
4th trip, I believe, 88, 89, 92. Can't believe we're in 97.
I can't either.
Foul underneath as Larson went up. 2 players down there. We'll see who gets the foul, but Larson will go to the line.
Take a look here at the entry pass into Tammy Larson. Turnaround jump shot attempt. And there you can see the foul on Julie Halverson. Well, Dennis Cornier has never been accused of having an overly tall team, and this team is pretty typical of the teams he's had in the past. But all of his teams play hard. You can see them, Hancock coming out right now and full court pressure. And they like to get the ball and the turnovers. They play great defense.
Now Griner just got the steal and basket. They're up 9, just like that. Inside, missed shot there by Lovejoy. Ball will stay with Chatfield. Copeman picked up her first foul. Look at the defense there off the deflection.
Noah with the block, and there was Griner to finish it up.
Rebound to Tammy Larson. Chatfield with the defense there, making it happen. They'll get the ball back. Scores 11-2. Chatfield has not scored for quite a while. Missing the jumper there. Lovejoy. They get the 2 there. Julie Halverson. Back come the Owls, breaking down after a basket, but they can't score.
And they get up the court quickly. St. Lenny with the basketball. Sarah Nelson, their leading scorer, has yet to score tonight.
Terry Knoll off the steal to Griner. And the foul. Hancock can take a 10-point lead.
Well, I think Chatfield's going to want a timeout here. We're only at the halfway point in the first quarter, and there you can see the quick hands of Terry Knoll pushing it up court, dishing it off over to Griner. I think they've done that a couple times this season.
Yeah. Great teamwork there. Fouls on Sarah Nelson. That's her first. Griner doesn't make the 3-point play. She's already got 9 points, though. 9 of her team's 13th. Chatfield almost lost the ball there. Copeman double team, but she gets rid of the ball. Inside, there's a foul. Looks like it'll be on Larson. Gophers will go to the line. Halverson was fouled.
Well, Copeman did an incredible job there. She was moving and active, got the ball out of that trap, and there you can see the dish off from Sarah Nelson over to the freshman, Julie Halverson.
First foul on Larson. First free throw missed there. First foul on Larson. Hitting the free throw, 1 of 2 was Halverson. Timeout on the floor, but Hancock with an impressive first quarter and an 8-point lead.
MP Television has purchased the broadcast rights to the 1997 Minnesota State High School basketball tournament. No broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or account of this copyrighted telecast is permitted without the written authority of KMSP Television and the Minnesota State High School League.
You see part of our hardworking crew. Say hello. JD and Kari, two of the people who work behind the scenes and don't get that much credit. Part of the crew bringing you the games here at Williams Arena. Griner for three, in and out. Offensive rebound, though. Tracy Tilke took it away, and then she got called for a travel. 13-5 still. Hancock with an 8-point lead. Quickly up court, Liz Schroeder. And she's fouled. And the pace was quick the first couple minutes. It's slowed down now. Fouls on Tammy Larson. It's her second. She'll come out and be replaced by Leah Mesner.
Number 42, Leah Mesner, replacing Larson.
Here comes Hancock. Terry Knoll to Tanya Knoll. Backdoor play to Griner, who hustles to make the save. She's under her own basket. That's a good play, but it goes to Chatfield. Schroeder rimming off, and the Gophers having trouble finding the stroke here.
That young lady with the basketball was saving the ball on one end of the court, and then she made it back down to the other end to get the rebound. Shows you the kind of hustle and work ethic Gwen Griner has.
Going to the basket, Knoll, Terry Knoll, fouled. She'll go to the line. Sarah Nelson got the foul. That's her second.
Chatfield foul on Sarah Nelson, number 23, her second. 13 foul on Gophers. Terry Knoll.
Terry Knoll is a junior. Tanya Knoll is a senior. All five starters back from last year's team. And Janet, you played on a juggernaut in high school. That experience to bring back all those players.
It means everything. We saw a very good Minnewaska team earlier today defeat favored Blake. And their coach talked about, Arden Highland talked about how their third trip to the state tournament, the first year they didn't do very well, and the second year they won a little bit more, and now this year they're in the championship. So it means a lot to have experience.
Griner came out of there with the rebound and tried the outlet pass to Terry Knoll. Just a little bit too far through the traffic there. But Chatfield still down 10. Liz Schroeder behind the back dribble. Tough pass there in traffic. Tracy Tilke intercepts.
Well, Tilke's been making some good things happen. She got a rebound in the other end, and now they're coming up with the loose ball, but both times her feet have been moving just a little bit.
Creating space there on the jumper, April Copeman. Her first two. Gophers down 8, 15-7 Hancock with an impressive first quarter. Leah Messner and Tanya Knoll. That's Griner outside. She has 9 points in the first quarter as we reach 1.5 left in the quarter. Knoll driving against the defense, gets it back out. Tanya can't hit. Out of there comes Schroeder again. She's going all the way. Nice block there, Tanya Knoll. Substitution back in the game. Katie Kivamagi for Sarah Nelson. He's got the 2 fouls. Lovejoy inbounds to Schroeder. Schroeder, tough shot, front of the rim. She gets it back, and it's stolen right away by Tilke.
Back steals.
What a pass!
Beautiful.
Griner from Terry Knoll. I almost had another steal. We'll get tagged for the foul. Looks like it's on Terry Knoll. What a play here, Janet. The timing of this pass.
Well, there you see the back-to-back steal. This play started with Tracy Tilke pushing the ball up court. And it was just a nice little touch pass from Knoll over to Griner.
That's the second foul on Knoll. Hancock up 10, first quarter. Schroeder for three. Rimming off. Fight for the rebound. There's a foul underneath. Julie Halverson fouled. She'll go to the line.
The Hancock foul on Messner, number 42, her first.
Messner, Leah Messner's first foul. Substitution, Corrine Hoffman in for Hancock. Terry Knoll goes to the bench
Halverson is the line for Chatfield.
with 2 fouls. Julie Halverson out the line. You know, Andy and I were talking in the first game. We get these sheets from the players. They fill out sheets about their interests and what they do in school. A lot of them list you as one of the people that they admire and look up to,
I'm
Janet.
surprised they do, because I graduated 17 years ago, and most of these players weren't born then.
But they're an influence on them through your camps and instruction.
Well, it's fun for me to see. I've had several outstate camps, one in Alexandria and also Castle Manorville over the years, and several of these girls on the floor right now from Hancock have been to the camp in Alexandria, and Minnewaska girls also, and of course Castle Manorville in the state tournament earlier this afternoon. Saw a lot of those girls, and they all grow up and sure are proud when you see how they've improved their game and what nice young ladies they are too. Wow! She wanted to add one more three-pointer to her collection for the first quarter.
Gwen Griner at the buzzer with a 3. 14 for Griner. It's a 13-point game. What a play, Janet.
Well, I don't know if she actually practiced that shot, but Gwen Griner plays a lot of basketball. What an outstanding way to give her team even more momentum and a bigger lead at the end of this first quarter.
That's a great play. Griner with getting the Owls off to a 13-point lead on the GMC scoreboard. Hancock and Chatfield head to the second quarter. Get your hat on. I always think of Dr. Seuss when I see those. Second quarter. Gwen Griner with 14 of Hancock's 20 points. There's a steal. Tanya Knoll up to Tracy Tilke. Griner, nice pass inside to Larson. Look at him move the ball so quickly. Rebound by Terry Knoll. Griner is fouled. She'll go to the line. They're just looking quicker and faster right now.
Well, the nice thing about this team is that they like to push the ball up the court, but they're also very competent in the half-court setting, patiently working the ball around. And this young lady right here can score. She has 14 of her team's 20 points. Her best game this year. She scored 37 against Barnesville. She's going to South Dakota State University in Brookings.
Katie Kivamagi fouled. Griner gets them both. She's got 16, and it's a 15-point lead. 22-7. Not the start Chatfield had in mind, and they turn it over. Owls in control here. Haven't seen one quite like this. Such a flurry at the start of the game. Griner on the left baseline. From the outside, Tanya Knoll. Off the loose ball. Here's Katie Kivamagi. April Copeman traveled.
Well, it's really tough to get off to a slow start in any basketball game, and they find themselves down by 15. But being able to handle the pressure is the first thing, to be able to get the ball up the court. Sarah Nelson yet to score. And one thing they can do, too, is obviously you have to get the rebounds, but the other thing you have to do is maybe even look to push the ball up the court in a fast break situation, not to allow that Hancock pressure to to get set up.
The Owls work it around here. Cross-court pass to Terry Knoll. Griner, she's perched out there for the three, and you know she's a threat every time. Tilke from outside. It's a two. Tracy Tilke with her first two. Chatfield gets the ball over the timeline. Bounce pass, baseline jumper, no by Lovejoy. Griner with a rebound. Fast break, outlet pass there. Terry Knoll over to Griner. Inside, nice pass. Tilke can't sink it. Back comes April Copeman. Maroon and gold all the way around here at the barn in our first game. Another traveling call against the Gophers. And what was happening in the first quarter, continuing in the second. Hancock in control on the first bank scoreboard. You hear the expression 24/7 going all out all the time. That's the score now, and the Owls in control. They're doing it from the inside. They're doing it with Griner from the outside. Fast breaks. Off the foot to kick, so Hancock will take the ball on the side. Right in front of us. About 5.5 left in the first half. Gophers have scored 0 in this quarter. It was 27 after 1. Griner spinning, gets it back out to Tilke. That's Terry Knoll over from the right side. Tilke, that shot was partially blocked. Offensive rebound, Tammy Larson. She has 4. It's a 19-point game. Chatfield breaks the pressure there.
Much needed basket there by Chatfield.
Julie Halverson, but right back is Terry Knoll, and it's still a 19-point game.
And this young lady can score. You know, against Northland in the first round of the state tournament, she had 22 points, 8 for 9 from the field, 6 for 9 from the free throw line. Incredible performance.
Chatfield tries to break that pressure again. They get the ball over. Looking for room, Sarah Nelson. She has not scored yet. Going through traffic is Schroeder. She draws the foul. It's on Tracy Tilke, her first.
Hancock followed on Tilke, number 14, her first 6 team fouls.
Team fouls, 6 for Hancock, 4 for Chatfield. At the line, Liz Schroeder. One of 2 from the line, so Chatfield is double digits now, but look at the Owls attack. Foul will go on Schroeder, but another free throw opportunity for Terry Knoll. First foul on Liz Schroeder. What's impressive is after free throws, after made baskets, the Owls are beating the Gophers down the floor.
You know, it's such an alert, easy way to get some extra opportunities, but so many teams just kind of casually take it inbounds. And of course, on the transition, the defense is not prepared. You can really get burned, and it can happen over and over before you realize how to combat it. All the calls seemingly going Hancock's way at this point.
Yes, the Gophers just turned it over again on the line there. Owls will have a chance to add to their lead. It's at 19. That's the largest lead of the game so far. We're nearing the midway point of the second quarter. 29-10. Dribbling, finding space was Knoll, but her shot was blocked, but the Owls get the rebound, and Larson will go to the line.
Chatfield fouling Copeman, number 15, or second, 16 fouls over.
2 fouls on April Copeman.
Shooting 2 for Hancock.
Larson trying to add to her 2 points. And now it's 30-10. Tough first half for Chatfield.
Tammy Larson's planning to go to UND and possibly major in nursing.
The pressure relentless, but Chatfield beats it up the floor. Off the board. Nice play, Courtney Lovejoy. She has 4. Larson from outside, Terry Knoll.
The basket by Terry Knoll.
Here comes Chatfield. This is a fast tempo. Schroeder, no. 21-point lead for Hancock.
I'm sure the Chatfield coach, Brian Baum, thinks to himself, I wonder what field goal percentage Hancock is shooting, because they are well over 50%. I'd guess, I don't know, 60, 70% from the field.
But you're right. Shots like that, too, by Tammy Larson. The layups will add to it, obviously. Absolutely.
When you run up against a team that's shooting that kind of a percentage, it's not a lot you can do. Even if you're playing well, then you compound that problem with turnovers, and you're in big trouble.
Gwen Griner picks up her first foul. Halverson goes to the line. Julie has 5 of Chatfield's 12 points. 6 for Halverson. She's one of 2 freshmen who have filled in after Becky Hillen got hurt. Here comes Hancock up the floor. There it is, off the free throw. Terry Knoll. She has 13. This is just an endless transition game, Janet, but the Owls are dominating. We'll talk about it more. Hancock in control when we come here at Williams Arena. Janet, the Owls are doing it in all ways, full court.
Well, they know how to run a fast break. And the first thing starts with the rebound. There's a long down-court pass by Griner. She may be the point guard, but she has a lot of rebounds, and that was Terry Knoll finishing it up.
You know, we talk about Griner scoring, but you just said it right there. She made a nice pass there, long full-court pass. Now she's got the ball. She's doing more than just scoring. There's another nice pass inside to Tilke. Shot was blocked. Terry Knoll comes out of there. Griner for 3, missing. Third opportunity. Tanya Knoll with the rebound to Terry Knoll. Terry has 11. Gwen Griner with 16. Tammy Larson with 8. Driving along the baseline, missing there. Owls can't convert. Back comes Sarah Nelson. Sarah Nelson, bounce pass inside. Halverson, no. On the floor, it's a jump. It'll go to Hancock on the possession arrow. 24-point lead. We're coming up on 2 minutes left in the half. Have to be impressed with the Owls. Gwen Griner outside. Tilke outside.
Just, they keep coming at you from so many different angles. They really have some fine shooters on this team.
Tilke with 4. That was a 2-point shot. Halverson the other way, and she's fouled by Tanya Knoll. That is her first foul, so Halverson, who's getting her share of chances at the free throw line, will shoot 2. What do you say to the Gophers at halftime if you're Brian Baum? This is not an enviable position.
It's not. And again, they just haven't been able to really get it going offensively. I think the main thing to do is to try to, I think they're handling the pressure better. They've got to get back on defense. Rebounding is important. Sarah Nelson has yet to score, and she's their leading scorer. She seems to be a little bit tentative, looking for her shots also. But it just seems that Hancock has taken them totally out of the game that got them here. So I think you just got to go back to talk about the things that did get you here. And
Halverson with 8. The freshman hit both free throws, 39-15. Now the Owls, collision there. Almost a steal by April Copeman, but she gets a foul instead. That's 3 on April Copeman.
The Chatfield foul is on Copeman, number 15, and it's her third. 17 foul on Copeman. 33.
Bonus time, so Gwen Greiner will go to the line. 16 points for Greiner. She's almost up to her average. About 20 a game. She's almost there at halftime. Missing the front end of the 1-and-1. Nelson with the rebound. Long pass. Halverson going to get that one. Turnover again for Chatfield with 1:11 left. Crossover dribble there by Tracy Tilkey. She's got the ball again. Owls seem to know when to be patient, when to push it. Greiner to the floor. She got rid of the ball as soon as she hit the floor, so no travel.
that's right. A lot of teams can only play one way, one pace. Some teams play full tilt and can never slow it down. They don't know how to. They don't like to. They're really well-coached team. They remind me a lot of the Minnewaska team we saw earlier today.
Greiner was looking up at the clock the last time she touched the ball at about 35. Now there's 25 left, and she's fouled by Katie Kivamagi. And that is 2 on Kivamagi. Greiner will go to the line with 25.2 on the clock.
Greiner, one of the top 25 in Minnesota for Miss Basketball. A lot of fine talent in Minnesota this year. A lot of great seniors. We've been talking about them throughout the tournament. Probably the best class ever in the state of Minnesota.
What a class it is. 18 Division I, I think it is. That's amazing. Great class in the state of Minnesota for girls basketball. Greiner sinks that one, 26-point lead. She has 18 in the game already. Schroeder, pull up pop, no. Rebound goes to Corrine Hoffman, who's in the game. Loose ball, jump it up. Nice defense by Kivamagi, and it goes to Chatfield. You see the time left, first half. Courtney Lovejoy looking for someone to pass to, and it's stolen by Corrine Hoffman. Greiner fouled there, and that is 3 on Katie Kivamagi, who just had her second foul a moment ago. So for about the 4th time in the last 2 minutes, Gwen Greiner goes to the line. Misses the front end. Last shot for Chatfield in the closing seconds. It's down to 3. Schroeder inside. Beats the buzzer. Well, there's a bright spot.
Nice job by Schroeder to end on a positive note. Kivamagi doing some hustling too. Obviously, not a great first half for Chatfield. But I think you still want to come out and try to put something together so you can feel good about how you've played.
You know, 41 points is an impressive half for a college basketball team.
That's a lot of points. When you hit those threes, they add up in a hurry.
That's in 16 minutes versus 20, and we'll find out what Chatfield is thinking. Let's go to Brian Baum, who's with our Andy Skugman. Andrew?
Okay, Jeffrey, thank you very much, Coach. Obviously not the way that you wanted it to go in the first half.
No, not at all, but it's one of the keys I thought would be to the game is us to be able to handle the pressure. I knew they're going to play a full-court game. We knew we'd have to stop their fast break, and they're a kind of team that you see how quick they are, And no matter we go man-to-man, they're quicker than we are. And if we go zone, they have the shooters to shoot over it. So we tried to box in one, and then that 10 stepped up and did a nice job for them. So, you know, we're going to come out and play man-to-man and see what we can do. Our girls won't quit. I know that. They played hard all year. We've come a long ways from being a 5 seed in our subsection to being here. So, but like you said, the first half isn't really a surprise. I said if we don't handle the pressure, we're going to be in trouble. And that's kind of what's happened so far.
Well, good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's go back to the table.
Thanks, Andy. And sky high right now are the Owls, and there's our view on the GMC Sky Cam here at Williams Arena. A dominating performance in the first 16 minutes by Hancock. Halftime programming will continue. You're watching the girls' Class A semifinal from Williams Arena on UPN 9.
Only team at Chatfield to have a successful season. The football team has won 3 straight Class C championships, and Ken Jacobson, the head coach of the football team, is with me now. And Coach, tell me about just seeing your team come
Well, that's the story at halftime. It will take an incredible Chatfield comeback for the Gophers to get back into this game. A 24-point lead for the Hancock Owls. Jeff Grayson back here with Janet Carbon at Williams Arena. Janet, the Owls just about did everything right.
Well, we knew they were shooting well. They shot 60% for the first half, took good care of the basketball, out-rebounded Chatfield, and that's the result right now. I'm sure it wasn't a fun halftime locker room scene for the Chatfield team. This is one of the times where the defense created the offense. There's the steal by Tilke all the way up. Nice little touch pass in the air from Terry Knoll over to Gwen Greiner, who has 18 points in the first half. That's a good night's work for most people.
That was a nice touch play. Here's one of the highlights for the Gophers. Julie Halverson, the freshman, with 8 points. We'll have an interesting, Janet will have an interesting note about her in the second half. Take a look at the stats, Janet. You mentioned the way the Owls were shooting the ball.
That's right. Well, we had 14 for 25, 56%, including the three-point range. Everything pretty much going the Owls' way thus far.
Now there's the view on the GMC Skycam from atop Williams Arena. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, if you're Chatfield, you sure hate to think to yourself, well, we've already lost. One of the 7th grade boys on a team that I'm coaching this year said on the court one night, well, we've lost anyway when we were behind, and it's just one of those things that you never want to give up. And that's one of the things you heard the coach talk about, and finally we hear from Sarah Nelson.
Good way to start the second half. You mentioned not giving up. That was a good determined drive to the basket. Greiner for 3. She says, take that, Chatfield. 21 for Gwen Greiner, 25-point lead. Nelson all the way. She fouled on the way up.
Well, nice job by Sarah Nelson. She just seemed to be a little bit passive in the first half, not really forcing the issue at all. And again, as a senior player, the leading scorer, you've got to be the one that, obviously, I'm sure she was the go-to player all season long. You get to the state tournament and you're in this situation. You may be a little bit nervous, but yet you've got to do what you did that got you here. And Sarah Nelson's beautiful form on her shot.
The foul was on, we'll give it to Tracy Tilke. Free throw good. It's 44-21. And Nelson has 4 points right away in the second half. Almost a steal there by Schroeder. Greiner's open, and her shot is blocked that time. I think Nelson got a piece of that. Inside, Larson on the offensive board. She can't hit. And the rebound to Lovejoy.
Tammy Larson getting pushed underneath the basket too far. Doesn't really have an angle in which to shoot.
Nelson for 3. Well, a Gwen Greiner-like beginning of the half for Sarah Nelson. 7 points, all 7 of her team's points. It's 20 points now, the margin. 44-24.
Well, it'd be nice to see Chatfield start to play the way they have been playing and to feel good about it. And if they can close in a little bit, you never know.
From outside, that's Tanya Knoll, no good. Nelson comes out of there with it. Gets by Griner. Bounce pass, baseline, jumper, good by Courtney Lovejoy. And it's a 9-3 run for Chatfield.
Well, whatever Brian Baum said to them apparently is working over the halftime break. You know, one thing I liked about his attitude, though, is that he didn't seem to be rattled. He wasn't angry. He didn't sound like he was demoralized.
Off the scramble. I was going to say, off the scramble, the refs let him play. You're right. He wasn't rattled. And now Chatfield's got the ball. A little of a timeout on the floor. The Gophers have come to life on the Gophers floor. Serena, Brian Baum's Gophers have it under 20. It's 18 now. I guess try to work in increments, I guess.
Dennis Cornier hoping that his team can continue with their first half wave.
From outside at the three.
Hey!
Liz Schroeder. It's 15 now. Schroeder with 6.
This looks like a different team than we saw in the first half.
They look relaxed and confident. They're hitting their shots. Obviously, they need to make some stops. Chatfield fans wanting to travel there on Terry Knoll. Gwen Griner. Steal. Nelson on the break with someone with her. 2-on-1. She gets it.
Wow.
It is a 14-3 run. Sarah Nelson with 9. You talk about a reversal of fortune. Steal. Lovejoy. Outlet pass to Nelson. Up court, Halverson. This is unbelievable.
It really is. And now it's Chatfield shooting about 70% from the field. A 9-0 run. And now all of a sudden Hancock is feeling the pressure. They need to score.
The only basket, a 3 by Griner off the miss. Here come the Gophers. It's a blocking foul on Griner. That is her second. Oh, we got a game.
Well, we hope for those of you thinking about shutting off your sets or turning your channel at halftime that you didn't do it, because we definitely do have a ball game here. Walking around the outer areas of Williams Arena, ran into some Chatfield people, and they seem to be quite dejected, but they have come to life, as you can hear them right behind us.
There's a steal by Griner. She is everywhere. Got 21 points, 2 fouls. That was her second. Hancock, I haven't said this all night. Hancock, like you just said, needs a basket. Larson underneath. It's on the line. It goes to Chatfield. It looks into the fans.
And that really hurts when you come down and you don't even get a shot at the basket.
Other than that Griner 3 after the Nelson basket to open the half, the Owls haven't scored. There's a steal. Tilke, yes. Off the turnover, Tracy Tilke with 6. Schroeder has it taken away, but it's out of bounds. Nice defense by Tilke. It is a 13-point lead. Right now, feels closer than that because of the run that Chatfield's made. Hancock by 13. Chatfield with the ball.
And that was quite a run. But at the same time, they're definitely in the ball game. They don't have to force anything. Unfortunately, that was a forced pass.
Weiner by the three-point line. She was spotting up. There's Knoll. Left side. Very nice pass to Griner.
Wow. Beautiful. Terry Knoll scoop pass across the lane over to Gwen Griner for an easy layup.
How did that get through? Put some velocity on it. Back up to 15. Just under 3 minutes left in the best quarter of the game. Nelson bounce pass over to Lovejoy. Lovejoy, Stella Halverson, tough pass to handle, and now last 2 trips down, the Gophers have turned it over. Well, Chatfield's made a game of it, but Hancock's still in control. coming back. It was 24 at halftime. Now it's 15.
Well, they need a lot of things happen there in the early moments of this third quarter. There you see a nice basket by Halverson. And there's that little dish off across the lane. One-handed pass from Knoll to Greiner.
Hancock with the ball, almost to steal by Courtney Lovejoy.
It's just natural when you get ahead to start to relax a little bit, and that's what Hancock has done. Getting a little bit sloppy on things occasionally, letting up a little bit. I play tennis, and sometimes when I'm ahead, I like to let up a little bit because I don't want it to be over too soon. And then all of a sudden, I've got a real match on my hands, and I find myself in trouble with. It's hard to maintain your intensity if you have a big lead.
I wish I had that to deal with. I'm always down about 3 points. It was like 40-15, and I've got 15.
Uh-oh.
Gives me something to shoot for, though. Terry Knoll up top. Over to Tanya. Nice pass to Larson. Inside. No. Rebound, April Copeman. She's double-teamed. Griner's there. Almost stolen. Nelson gets it. The Gophers get it through the traffic. There's another turnover. 3 straight trips down. The Gophers have turned it over. Pushing the ball hard was Tilke. Now they slow it down again. Terry Knoll back to Tilke.
Hancock really moves without the basketball. Nobody's ever standing. Once they make a pass, they go away and kick. A lot of movement. Just deciding right now to take some time off the clock, maybe even wind it down. Here we have 1 minute, 10 seconds to play in the third quarter.
And it's 15. Chatfield's had their chances to get it down close to 10. Remember Al McGuire always saying it's such a mental lift. If you when you're coming back, you can get it to 10 and then to maybe to 9 even. It's just bust of a mountain off the turnover there. It'll be Chatfield ball. I don't know if it's just a mental thing. You look up at a scoreboard and you can count the points on 2 hands.
That's right, and he was talking about it in the days before the three-pointer.
Yeah, that's true.
But now in the three-pointer, 9 points is just a few shots.
Well, you're right. It has changed everything. Chatfield trying to come back. Nelson, nice move back to the rim. Coming up on 30 seconds, as you see. Time left, third quarter. Hancock wants to add to the lead or at least prevent Chatfield from cutting into it. Greiner with the ball. She has 23. She had 18 at the half. She has 5 of the 7 points. Just 7 points for Hancock in this quarter, but they're still up 15 as they work for 1 shot. I don't know, they may not get a good shot off here. Foul call. It's on Courtney Lovejoy, it looks like. That is her first foul. It's only the 4th team foul combined between the 2 teams this half.
It's been a real enjoyable third quarter to watch.
Greiner, turnaround. I would not like to play horse against her. Larson almost got it in there too. Well, a great third quarter for Chatfield, but they still find themselves down by 15 on the Jeep Eagle scoreboard at the end of 3 quarters. Cornier's team up 15 as we go to the 4th quarter. We should tell you that the hockey Gophers trail St. Cloud State 4-2 in the WCHA Final 5 at Williams Arena. We'll have more on that later on UPN 9. Nice pass inside to Larson.
A nice lob from Gwen Greiner. Perfectly thrown. 50-33.
Larson with 10. Chatfield comes back though. Nelson with 13.
She's come to life in the second half, and she's going to have to keep doing more of the same if she wants to try to close this gap.
Nelson with 11 in this half. Griner. 3-ball, 18-point lead. Just like that.
She has 26.
She leads in the game. And it is Sarah Nelson with all 11 points in this half. Jump it up, possession arrow. It will stay with Chatfield. She's not just a good scorer. You mentioned a good all-around player. Does a lot of things well, Gwen Griner.
And she's a nice girl, too.
Lovejoy along the baseline. Tough shot off the side of the backboard. Griner avoids the charge, but she did it by taking too many steps. Goes back to Chatfield. This game has flown by. Fast tempo. Not too many fouls here today. Schroeder for 3. No, short. Rebound, Terry Knoll. And here come the Owls. Slowed up. Silky over to Griner, baseline, inside, Larson, turnaround. No, rebound, Nelson.
That's a good look at the basket, though. You know, Hancock, obviously, they were smart and they didn't force anything on the break situation, but they got a good look at the basket, just didn't fall.
Halverson puts it in. The freshman with a nice game. She's got 12. She has 12. Nelson 11. They lead Chatfield. Steal by Nelson in the open court. With Knoll to beat. She does. The real Sarah Nelson is stepped up in the second half.
It has been an incredible turnaround here. And it's really nice to see the real Chatfield team.
It's down to 14. It was 24 at the half. Griner attacking to the basket. Oh.
She is fun to watch.
I was just going to say that. You're absolutely right. Not just with a long ball. She drove there. She's got 28. Almost a three-point play for Schroeder. She'll go to the line.
Well, Chatfield's done a much better job offensively, outscoring Hancock in the second half. They still have had trouble coming up with the big defensive plays when they've needed them.
Fouls on Griner. That is Gwen's third. We'll have a timeout on the floor. Chatfield not giving up on the Menard scoreboard. Hancock leading, just over 5 minutes left in this game. At the line, Liz Schroeder. She has 6 points. She's shooting 2.
Liz Schroeder had a big night against Alden Conger in the first round of the state tournament. She had 25 points and 8 rebounds.
Got the roll. It's back down to 14-8 for Schroeder. This is about as close as the Gophers have gotten. Getting over this hurdle into single digits has been tough. Knowles up top. Nelson on Terry Knoll. Terry Knoll, kind of an inadvertent pass to Tanya. We got a blocking foul. Chatfield fans thought that Tanya Knoll traveled, but it'll be a blocking foul, and it's on Halverson. That's her first foul. Griner inbounds to Tanya Knoll. 1 foul on Julie Halverson. Under 5 minutes now in the game. Almost a steal by Schroeder. Terry Knoll threads the needle a little too much.
Well, Hancock doesn't need to come up with any big plays right now or anything fancy. They just need to play some good, solid, basic basketball, look for good shots, and take the time to get those. That time forcing it just a little bit.
Sarah Nelson up top to Katie Kivamagi. Driving against the big girls, and Tammy Nelson blocks her shot. Now she's on Terry Knoll. And Knoll throws it away.
Ray Finley, the coach from Blake, always talks about style points. He said they don't give you points for style, they just give you the win. That's all Hancock wants is the win. They don't need to do it pretty or anything else. They just need to get the W.
Now we'll see what happens, how their style points do in the last 4:13 when we come back.
At Williams Arena, where Chatfield is trying to put together a rally here in the fourth quarter. That young lady is freshman, Julie Halverson. Some valuable minutes tonight. And all the questionnaires, the players talk about people they admire, and she said, well, she admires high school athletes more than she admires NBA players. And you see Noel come up with a nice left-handed layup. She said the NBA players act like they don't care when they play, and they even walk down the court. And she just thinks that high school players play for the love of the game, and they deserve more credit than the professionals. She may only be, 14 years old approximately, but I think there's a lot of wisdom in that statement.
Yeah, I agree. The majority of the pros now look like they don't care. Just the ones who do are the exceptions, like Michael Jordan, Karl Malone, Kevin Garnett.
You would know that because you're the one that rubs elbow with those people every day.
How about elbow to chin with them? Terry Knoll has 13 points. I agree with what Julie said. You don't see the passion in the game at the highest level as much as you used to. Griner drives, shot is blocked to rule a jump ball, and it goes to Chatfield.
Hancock's going to keep the pressure on here.
Tough pass there. That was just at steal and all over it. Griner right away to Terry Knoll. Yes.
The lead is back to 18.
That really is a response out of a timeout. Schroeder. In and out. Fight for the rebound, and it goes to Tilke, who got it. Nelson was right there, too. Spin dribble by Tilke over to Terry Knoll. Each time Chatfield's gotten it down about 14. The Owls get it back to 18. That's where it is now, under 3 minutes.
Interesting thing about this Hancock team is that they all handle the ball so well. There's not, back in the days when there was a center, you don't throw the center the ball. They can't dribble, and there's still a lot of teams out there that have a couple people that are forbidden to touch the ball in an open court situation. But in this Hancock team, any one of the five could be handling the ball at a given moment.
You're right, they're versatile. There's Gwen Griner, who has 28 points. And so her share of assists and steals. Now the Owls taking some time off the clock. Tilke. We're under 2 minutes, 1:50 left. Hancock, should they win, they'll play the winner of the Christ Household of Faith Red Lake Falls game coming up. And the unfortunate part for the Class A teams, they don't have much recovery time. The loser of this game plays in the third place game at 11. The winner in the championship at 1. We'll talk more about that when we come back. Serena, we were talking before, the schedule's a little different this year for the four-class format. I know that Chris Tennant of Red Lake Falls was saying it, win or lose, it's a tough turnaround because the loser of these two games tonight play at 11 tomorrow, 11 a.m., and the winners at 1. So we're going to get right to bed to get ready for that title game. And the 4A championship between Woodbury and Mayo, those teams played early yesterday afternoon, so they've got more than 48 hours in between. So I think that's one thing the coaches will probably talk to the league about based on the feedback I've received from the coaches. Inside, Terry Knoll, but then again, I guess they'll say they're kids, they're young, they're resilient. Outside, Schroeder for 3, no. Coming up on 1 minute, as you can see. A 20-point lead, the Owls will advance to the championship game. And it's been a great performance. A lull in the third quarter, and give Chatfield credit for that as Nelson picks up her third foul. But really, the Owls have been pretty much in command here tonight. substitutions there. Lots of emotion on the sideline, and Dennis Cornier pulls his starters, gets the substitutes some time. Same thing on the Chatfield side. What can you say there, Gene?
Oh, it's tough, but you know, this Chatfield team should be really proud to get to the semifinals of the state tournament, the very first year that they have been in a state tournament. And there were a lot of bright spots today for them.
We'll try to get these names to you. I've got several to tell you about. On the Hancock side, Corrine Hoffman, Jenny Wartner, Tara Stetner, Leah Messner, and Leah Christie are in the game. And just as I say that, there's going to be 3 more substitutions for Chatfield. Melissa Nelson, Rachel Duffy, Megan Tiki, Rachel Tiki, and Tristan Greenslade are in for Chatfield. Christy Brewer has just come in, and Emily Kale for Hancock. You know, you're right. You're in a semifinal. The Gophers should be congratulated, because when I look back on this in the future, they may not feel it at this moment, but they realize how special it was to get to the barn and play in the tournament.
And it's unfortunate they got off to such a slow start, but they didn't give up. They showed a lot of character tonight.
Lindsey Graham also in for Hancock. Both coaches going to their bench. And Becky Hillen is in the game for Chatfield. Number 43, Becky Hillen, who had an injury earlier in the season. February 11th was good. I believe a collarbone injury. She's in now. Hancock for the Class A championship.
Dennis Cornier had to sweat it out a little bit there in the third quarter, but all in all, I'm sure he's pleased with his team's performance tonight. I'm sure the injury to Hillen was really a difficult one for Brian Baum and the rest of the Chatfield team to handle. Losing a senior post player like that, that's got to hurt.
The Gophers went 13-3 in their last 16, 13-4 if you count tonight. You're right, that had to affect them, but give the Gophers credit for getting there without her. The Owls will play for the championship. They'll play at 1 o'clock tomorrow against either Christ Household of Faith or Red Lake Falls. What a performance by Gwen Griner. We had her for 28 points.
And she could have scored a lot more also, but that philosophy of working for every shot and taking some time off the clock and winding it down there. She didn't have a lot of shot attempts in the second half, but she's explosive.
She is, and so is her team, the Hancock Owls. 61-41. The Owls take it. After about the first minute, they led the last 31 minutes. Andy Skugman's getting set to talk with Dennis Cornier and Gwen Griner, who had just a fantastic game. And let's go to Andy now. Take it, sir.
All right, Jeffrey, thank you very much. Gwen, let's start with you. Congratulations, you're in the finals.
Thank you. It's a great feeling. This is the best ultimate thing we've ever. It's a dream almost come true. One more, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it with one more.
What about your performance tonight? 28 points. Everything was falling for you.
Well, we knew someone had to come out and get us going. You know, it's a team game, but just once one gets going, the rest will follow, and that's what happens. We all just, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all right. The best basket, I think, was that buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter. Talk us through that one.
Well, I was just taking the ball out of bounds, and all I knew was I had to get it up. I only had 3 seconds to do it, so just did kind of the Hoosier shot, and it fell. I don't know how, but it went in. A little luck, I think.
Well, congratulations. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, Gwen. Well, Coach, let me go over to you. Makes all coaches look a lot smarter when you have somebody like Gwen Griner on your team, doesn't it?
There's an old story that all coaches look smart when you shoot 50%. When you shoot 30%, you got a dumb coach. It really helps to have a Griner on your basketball team.
Tell me about this game. It looked like you guys pretty much had it in control most of the way, except for right off the bat in the second half.
Well, I think, I reminded our kids at halftime, too, that there was 2 quarters left to play, but I don't think they listened to me very much, and a big part of our success comes from defense and defensive pressure, and we went out in that third quarter, and we didn't do it. We did a lot of things standing around, but we kind of got back on track after we had a little bit of a reminder.
Let me ask you, you're in the finals now, Christ Household of Faith, Red Lake Falls. What do you know about these teams?
Well, Red Lake, we played them in the summertime, and they really have an outstanding team. And, anytime you have a Harms that happens to be coaching, Christ Household of Faith, you want to talk about a solid basketball program, both of them are going to be very, very stiff challenges, whoever we play.
All right, well, congratulations on tonight. Good luck tomorrow.
Really appreciate it. It's great.
All right, Hancock advances to the Class A final. They will face the winner of our next semifinal between Christ Household of Faith and Red Lake Falls. We'll return to Williams Arena in the 97 State Girls Basketball Tournament after this time.
At Williams Arena, the Hancock Owls with a convincing performance, a 20-point win over the Chatfield Gophers. Hancock will go to the Class A championship tomorrow afternoon. Jeff Grayson back here with Janet Carvinen. And as we take a look at this game, Heartland Chevy playing the game, it's really something else. I don't know how you practice this one.
Well, these kind of plays don't happen very often in games, but when they do, they really give you a lot of confidence and also build the excitement. There you see Gwen Griner with a one-handed, almost like a half hook or something from the hash mark out here, and it nailed it right at the buzzer in the first quarter.
Instead of it being 17-7, it was 27, and our player of the game, really no contest, Gwen Griner.
All-around play, 4 for 6 from the three-point line and beyond, and finished with 28 points today. Great ball handling, great defense. I think she's really one of the outstanding players in this tournament to watch, and it's a real treat for people all across Minnesota if they've never heard Gwen Griner's name to know who she is, because she's a real special player.
And her enthusiasm afterwards in the post-game interview was refreshing. The American Dairy Association's player of the game is Gwen Griner, who will receive a certificate and donation sent to Hancock on her behalf from your local dairy farmers who ask,
"Got milk?" Did you know Hancock lost 3 games this year, and 2 of the losses came to the state championship teams for the Class 2A. Both Minnewaska, Newland, and Spicer defeated the team. They won't have to face up against them, of course, because they're in a different class of their own. And also Pelican Rapids was the other team they lost to. So, very good Hancock team.
That's quite a confidence builder, because like you said, Minnewaska area is playing in the AA championship. We'll take a timeout. Christ Household of Faith and Red Lake Falls are getting set for our next Williams Arena. I am Jeff Grayson, and I am joined by Andy Skugman, and we are starting with Red Lake Falls against Hancock for the A championship.
Yeah, one of the question marks in this game is the turnaround time. Both these teams played their semifinal games last night, and Red Lake Falls coach Chris Kennett said she was concerned about her players and the turnaround time here, whether or not they'll be prepared and ready to go.
Now, Dennis Cornier, the Hancock head coach, said the same thing. If both coaches had their druthers, I think they'd like to be playing later in the day. Let's take a look at how both these teams got to the Class A championship game. Hancock with a convincing victory over Chatfield. And then Andy mentioned Red Lake Falls, the quick turnaround. They defeated Christ Household of Faith. And again, it went right down to the wire in the late game last night. So that is our matchup coming up. And now for more, let's go to Janet Carvinen.
Well, there's nothing like a state championship to motivate 2 teams to dig down a little bit deeper and give everything they have, and that's exactly what the teams are going to have to do today. Very exciting for all the teams in the Class A and AA. None of them have ever played for a state championship before. Also, a lot of players in their last year of basketball. 3 of the 5 top seniors in Minnesota basketball for the Miss Basketball Award will be featured in tonight's 4A game. Of course, Coco and Kelly Miller of Rochester Mayo, unbeaten, vying for the title against Woodbury. Features one of the best guards in the state, Lindsey Huff. So a lot of great individual performances to look for today. Gwen Griner is also one for Hancock that I'm really interested in watching. Let's go back over to courtside to get this game started.
Both coaches say their teams are similar. We'll see about that in the Class A championship game. Andy and I will call it. Starting lineups and introductions coming up. You're watching the Class A championship from Williams Arena. Williams Arena for the Class A championship. Let's meet the teams. We go to public address announcer David Giles.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Williams Arena and to the 22nd annual Minnesota State High School Girls Basketball Tournament. This game is for the Class 1A State Championship, and it features the Section 5 champion, the Owls from Hancock High School, and the Section 8 champion, the Eagles from Red Lake Falls High School. We will begin the introductions with the reserve players from both schools. First, let's meet the reserve players from Hancock. 5'6" freshman guard number 12, Corrine Hoffman. 5'8" sophomore center number 24, Leah Christie. 5'7" sophomore forward, number 32, Jenny Wartner. 5'6" sophomore forward, number 34, Tara Stettner. 5'7" sophomore forward, number 40, Lindsey Graham. 5'7" junior forward, number 42, Leah Messner. 5'4" junior guard, number 44, Emily Kale. And 5'8" freshman forward, number 50, Christy Brewer. Now let's meet the reserve players from Red Lake Falls. 5'2" junior guard, number 3, Krista Lee. 5'7" senior guard, number 22, Jenny Oscarson. 5'4" sophomore guard, number 25, Andrea Remick. 5'5" junior guard, number 30, Lisa Mueller. 5'9" junior forward, number 40, Erica Matsky. 5'9" senior forward and center, number 42, Jolene Solheim. 5'10" sophomore center, number 44, Carrie Peralt. 5'5" junior guard, number 45, Lisa Rich. 5'6" sophomore forward, number 50, Colleen Dulay. And 5'5" sophomore guard, number 53, Steph Cardinal. And now let's meet the starting lineups for the Class 1A championship game. They will be introduced alternately, starting with Hancock. At forward, a 5'7" junior, number 14, Tracy Tilkey. At forward for Red Lake Falls, a 5'6" senior, number 32, Becky Peralt. At forward for the Owls, a 5'7" senior, number 20, Tanya Knoll. At forward for the Eagles, a 5'9" junior, number 52, Jody Curath. At center for Hancock, a 5'10" senior, number 30, Tammy Larson. At center for Red Lake Falls, a 5'10" junior, number 51, Allie Bertelrud. At guard for the Owls, a 5'6" junior, number 10, Terry Knoll. At guard for the Eagles, a 5'5" senior, number 13, Sarah Byers. At guard for Hancock, a 5'7" senior, number 22, Gwen Greiner. And at guard for Red Lake Falls, a 5'5" junior, number 34, Chris Clevin. The head coach of the Hancock Owls is Dennis Cornier. The head coach of the Red Lake Falls Eagles is Chris Kennett. The officials for the Class 1A championship game are Vicki Barron and Pat Whalen. And now for the presentation of the sportsmanship message, please welcome from Hancock, Emily Kale, and from Red Lake Falls, Lisa Mueller.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Minnesota State High School Girls Basketball Tournament. We appreciate your support at this championship game and hope you enjoy it.
The State Girls Basketball Tournament is being played under the rules of our schools and the Minnesota State High School League. These rules accept fair play and good sportsmanship from players and coaches. As athletes, we ask that you help us take home the sportsmanship banner by showing respect for our opponents and the calls of the officials.
Thank you, Emily and Lisa. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise? Lori Burling from Buffalo High School will sing the national anthem. The cheerleaders from the Minnesota Residential Academy, Faribault, will sign the national anthem. Their advisor is Janine Cashman. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We are set for the Class A championship between Hancock and Red Lake Falls. It should be a great game. We had a barn burner in our last game of the night. Last night, Jeff Grayson with Andy Skugman. The Owls will be in gold. Red Lake Falls in their purple trim with white and gold. There's Chris Kennett. And here are a couple players to keep an eye on, Andrew.
Yeah, from Hancock, Gwen Griner, the state's all-time leader in three-pointers. And for Red Lake Falls, Jordy Pirash, she poured in 19 points last night. And Red Lake Falls win, and there are your starting lineups.
Silky, Tanya Knoll, Tammy Larson, Terry Knoll, Gwen Griner. Hancock controls. This is the first of 4 championships here on UPN 9 today. We also have a preview show tonight at 6 o'clock for the 7 o'clock games. Terry Knoll over to Tammy Larson. Terry driving all the way. 2-0 Hancock.
Terry Knoll with a nice quick move. Went around everybody. Got the easy miss.
This is Sarah Byers. Quickly to Pirat. Pass too low. Gets through. Tanya Knoll picks it up. Here's Griner. Tanya Knoll, number 20. Terry Knoll, number 10 in goal. Griner covered there by Becky Perrault. Griner gets by Perrault, drives. No foul. There's a little hesitation. I think both players thought there might be a call. Play continues. Clevin. This is Becky Perrell from the baseline. No, Griner rebound transition. Terry Noel all the way. 4-0. Noel with both baskets. Steal. Tilke to Griner. Griner missed. Almost a steal there. Loose ball scramble. Clement comes out of there with it. Chris Kennett said before the game, we cannot let them get into a transition game. He said if we get into a game where their defense turns to the fast breaks for them, we're in trouble.
They did that all last night against Chatfield and pretty much ran away with the game from the early going.
You're right. And the Gophers made a great comeback, but it was too much to overcome. Duran, sort of the hook there, a half hook. And the Eagles are on the board.
Pierock last night after scoring 19 points told me that she was very confident. She said that they can beat Hancock for the championship.
Another layup. Terry Noel with all 6 Hancock points.
Nice look inside there and a pretty pass. And Noel just took another easy basket for her.
You know, you mentioned how Hancock played against Chatfield to start the game. Just a matter, I think, right now, Red Wing Falls can withstand the onslaught. Fires, missing the 3, rebound, Perrell. In and out. Giraffe fights for the rebound with Conyadol. The possession arrow means Red Wing Falls keeps the ball. Timeout on the floor. With a little over 5 minutes left. Hancock leads by 4 on the Menard scoreboard. First quarter, Terry Noel with all 6 points for the Owls. They score off the break. Gwen Griner, the perfect pass in stride. Andy, some history being made next door at the Pavilion in the third place game.
You are correct, sir. Sarah Shanerock from Christ Household of Faith set a record for 3-pointers in a state tournament. She was 13 of 23 and beyond the 3-point arc.
That's Allie Bertelrud scoring off the Purath pass. You know, back to Sarah Shanerock, right, that was a key moment last night when she fouled out because she had the range from the 3-point line.
I should mention, too, that Christ Household of Faith defeated Chatfield 72-39 in the first game. So congratulations to them and to Sarah Shanerock. She's a record holder.
She played a great game last night. The Lions came up just short by 3. 56-53 was the final. Red Lake Falls in a great game. Larson is fouled. It'll be on Sarah Byers, and that's the first foul of the game, which is a good sign because we're almost halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, it was kind of like the game last night. Both games, really, the refs let the two teams play. Didn't call it too close. And games had a real good pace to them.
They were quicker than the games on Thursday. Yeah, there was much more of a flow to the game. The players could run the floor more. Tammy Larson scores her first point, and that's the first point not scored by Terry Noel for the Owls. She can put Hancock up by 4 with this one. She does. It was funny talking to the coaches before the game. They both said similarity in play and turnover. Byers turns it back over. They said that they kind of mirror each other. Substitution coming in, Erica Matsky. She replaces Sarah Byers. Owls by 4. In fact, Gwen Griner told you after the game last night, said, we're going to do it. She's confident.
Yeah, they're both confident. Yeah. Both Purath and Griner. So.
Griner missing from outside. Rebound, Purath. The players we were talking about stolen by Tilke inside, and Purath fouled her. Purath had the rebound for a second, and Tilke got it. You see the rebound there by Purath taken right away, and then Purath with the foul, saving the 2, but drawing her first foul. Gets that one. 10-4 game. Eagles down 6. jump it up. Possession arrow to the Owls.
Tough defense by Hancock to force that. They're playing smothering defense early going here.
They swing it left side. That is Tanya Knoll over to Terry Knoll. Griner hasn't scored, but the Owls are humming. Inside rebound goes to Erica Matsky, who's coming off the bench. Foul there by Terry Knoll. Almost forced the travel. That is the first foul on Terry Knoll. And it is the first Hancock foul.
That, of course, is the downfall, I guess, in playing the smothering defense. You're going to get a few reach-in fouls.
Eagles like to run. They haven't really been able to against a team that likes to run. Here's Purath on a bust-out, though, but she'll pull it back out. Baseline jumper, Purath. Short. Bertelroot underneath. Falls on the line. It goes back to Hancock. There's Chris Kennett, third year.
He's done a good job at Red Lake Falls.
Second straight year the Eagles have been at the tournament. Foul on the floor. Looks like it's against Red Lake Falls.
I'll tell you one thing, though. Chris Kennett right now is not happy. Her Red Lake Falls team has committed 5 turnovers. Hancock with none.
That foul is on Larson. Her first goes to the Eagles. So Kennett's team will get a chance here. It's been 10-4 for about a minute and a half now. Matsky inside the Bertelroot. Nice pass. Rimming off. Purath fights for the rebound, but Tilke comes out of there. And here come the Owls. The defense can't really get set the way they attack. Terry Knoll. Griner drives. Dishes. Tanya Knoll. Purple on the rebound. Matsky with another rebound. Fouled by Griner, and that's her first.
I don't think Griner's taken her shot yet, has she?
She's taken, I think, one jumper that rimmed off.
Okay. No, nothing from the three-point line, though.
Right. She's not launching them as much as before. There's the last play. It is Hancock by 6 when we come back. Candy Scoopman.
KMSP Television has purchased the broadcast rights to the 97 Minnesota State High School basketball tournament. No broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and account of this copyrighted telecast is permitted without the written authority of KMSP Television and the Minnesota State High School.
You are the Duke of disclaimers. The Owls force the turnover. The result is a foul on Red Lake Falls. It's on Purath, and that's her second. So 2 fouls on Jody Purath.
Not good in the first quarter. They need Purath in this game. She's one of their key players, as we showed you at the start of the contest.
You're right. She gives them an inside presence and was the difference, I thought, down the stretch against Christ's Household of Faith, because she had a great matchup against Colony and Connor. Both of them played well. Still a 6-point game. Eagles have had their chances to trim that lead, but a couple of turnovers here. Fires off the kick. It'll stay with Hancock. Sarah Byers is back in for Allie Bertelroot, who goes to the bench. And you mentioned Griner hasn't scored yet, but the Owls up 6. There's Griner. Over to Terry Knoll. Quick pass. Tilke inside. 8-point lead for the Owls.
One thing about this Hancock team is that Gwen Griner, and maybe the star, but she's not the only player. All 5 starters were all conference this year.
We were saying last night that she's a great scorer, but she's a complete player. Purath hits. She answers. She's got 4. It's a 6-point lead. Griner is a great passer and defender as well as being a shooter. Not one-dimensional. Off the foul there, attempted steal by Becky Perrault, and she draws her first foul. That is the 4th team on the Eagles.
Red Lake Falls playing some aggressive defense, trying to force some turnovers there. Almost got the turnover, but just a step too late.
That reminded me of the play last night in the Christ Household of Faith game, where Sheen Rock went for the steal late in the game, and she wanted to put the brakes on, but her momentum took her into the players. That was a key play. In the A championship that time, Curath, timing was perfect, but Tilke came out of there with it. Baseline pass intercepted by Perloff. Eagles on the run. Curath will slow it down. Inside, Perloff, yes. It's down to 4. Under a minute in the quarter. Tilke dribbling, she traveled. The Eagles can cut it to 4. Good first quarter. Curath dribbles through the defense. She's going all the way. Jody Curath cuts it to 2. Curath with 6 of the 10. Terry Knoll with 6 of Hancock's 12. There's the time left in the quarter. And the Owls are taking the air out of the basketball for one shot. There's Griner for 3. Short. Will they get a shot off? No. A good first quarter of basketball. Red Lake Falls led. They have the lead, but it's only a 2-point game. After one quarter on the Jeep and Eagle scoreboard. Kennett's team with a comeback. It's a 2-point game to start the second quarter.
Yeah, they started to play some real aggressive defenses. We showed you there a little bit ago, and it paid off. They've come back, cut the lead. It's just 2.
Jody Curath of Red Lake Falls, the only player with 2 fouls. She's the leading scorer for the Eagles. Terry Knoll with 6. Curath, yes! Got the roll.
Things are starting to fall for Jody this afternoon, just like last night.
Bill Russell calls that the shooter's touch, the shooter's roll. She got it there. Tanya Knoll driving on Byers. She's cut off. Good defense. Owls showing some patience here.
Jeff, they've switched to man-to-man defense. They were playing zone early in the first quarter.
Becky Perrault guarding Griner, who shoots. It's off. Becky Perrault doing a pretty good job on Griner. She hasn't scored yet. Erica Mansky brings it up. It's a tie game. Chance for the Eagles to take the lead. Perrault pump fake. Byers inside to Curath. Good defense there by Larson. Byers hits at the 2. Red Lake Falls leads by 2.